Jen Wigmore, and you are checking out MayTheRockBeWithYou.com.
First things first, welcome to Australia.
Thank you.
And welcome to May the Rock Be With You.
Oh, cool. So good to be with you guys.
Thank you very much. Now, first things first, you've got a new album coming.
I do.
Very exciting, Blood and Bone.
Yes.
Can you tell us about the title, what it means and represents?
Yeah, it's kind of a continuation, I guess, from Gravel and Wine. I feel like with Gravel and Wine, I was constantly asked during, the process of making that album was, we feel like you've sweat for this album, but we don't feel like you've bled for this album. And so I was constantly trying to keep writing till I'd bled for the album. And I wrote a song called If Only, which was like the song that was the blood that I needed on that album. So I guess in reference to Gravel and Wine, it's blood to bone, which is this album. And I've really gone bone deep, I guess. I couldn't go, I'd be dust if I went any deeper at this point. So I've really exposed myself in many ways, musically, emotionally, and I guess I'm at a point now, I'm 28, and I'm kind of like, I'm cool. You just kind of give less of a fuck about what people think. You get more, you're more self-aware. I feel like I'm just open, and I'm in a place that I'm cool to write about that now,
Nice. Now, it's been 4 years since Gravel and Wine.
Yeah.
So a lot happens in that time. Was there a specific inspiration behind the songs that have ended up? Were they written along the way or just sort of recent?
Yeah, they're totally written along the way. In the last year and a half, I guess, I've had to write Blood to Bone. And it was interesting, like I toured so much with Gravel and Wine, and I really burnt myself out with touring. I finished up that process with a tour through the States, the Vans Warped Tour, which was, I was totally fishy out of water, like with all these punk, like hardcore rock bands, and then me dabbling in the rock and roll world, but largely like spaghetti western. I had my band all looking like little cowboys, and surviving that in a way without diluting my music gave me this great sense of confidence to really push the boat out on a whole different kind of sounds, really challenge myself with this album and listening to different kinds of music, listening to hip hop for the first time, playing around with electronic music, stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of what this album is about, I guess.
Fair enough.
And recently written, and that's been good.
Nice. Now, you have just announced it, and I was watching all the comments, and they've been really, really positive. What's your feelings like around any release time? Are you nervous? Are you excited?
I'm really excited. I'm not too nervous, but I guess I'm a little bit like dubious maybe. I'm not sure how this is. My next kind of challenge, I guess, is figuring out how these songs will be presented almost in a live setting. I feel like I know them so well from living with them internally and recording wise the last while. I understand the structure of them. I understand how they've become what they've become. But in a live setting, I'm not quite sure how to present that yet. So I'm figuring that out. But it's really feels like overdue. I feel like I'm really ready to release new music, and I feel like the people that like my music are really ready to hear some.
Excellent.
So it's a cool, positive kind of time. It's cool.
Cool. Well, you've got a couple of months to get ready for the Australian tour you've just announced.
Yeah.
How exciting.
July, I can't wait. It's been like, I was looking back at my tour schedule, it's been like 3 years or something ridiculous since I played out in Aussie. So, I know, I'm really, really ready, yeah.
So you got some time to go and work out how you're going to make it work.
I know, right? Yeah, I think it'll be a bit of trial and error,
You want to get started now? You want to go?
I know, just a little cheeky one on the road. Yeah, no, so it'll be cool. We'll get it all sorted out, but the main thing is, I'll be singing them full on, and it will be hopefully a really good representation of how they sit right now.
Excellent. Now, with the new one, you worked with Charlie Andrew.
Yeah.
In particular on the new single.
Yes.
Did he do the whole album?
No, he was going to. I wanted him to until I decided to actually produce this myself with a friend of mine, Stuart Crichton. But I had all intentions of Charlie kind of putting his wash across the whole thing. But he did. He was very responsible though for. I mean, when we wrote New Rush together, that was really at the beginning of writing a lot of songs for Blood to Bone, and his ability and watching him work and how he kind of combines these worlds of getting this real kind of straight live band rock and roll sound, and then manipulating that in a way electronically and with various things that he makes and weird tape delays and shit like that. and putting those two worlds together is really what I took from him to apply across the record when I was producing it.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I have to ask because I'm a huge fan.
Ah, cool.
You worked with the genius that is.
Yes, you are. I didn't notice that. Oh my gosh, you took him down. That's so awesome.
Covered in tattoos.
Yeah, man, totally.
What's he like to work with? Have you got a good Butch story?
Oh man, something that I think. Butch is such a badass. He's such a dude. He doesn't compromise. I think the best thing about Butch was that he taught me how to not compromise my art ever for anyone, and that's how he deals with making his music. He's an artist first and foremost, as you know, and then he's turned into producing and stuff like that. A massive producer now, but he thinks like an artist because he is one, and so he doesn't. The coolest thing I think about when we recorded, we spent a month recording Gravel and Wine. And we weren't, and usually you allow your label and management to come down during the process. He didn't allow anyone. And my label got so angry with me. But it was so awesome. I thought it was the most badass thing. Because usually you've got to almost be like, okay, yes, cool, come and put opinions on. And he was just like, nah, doors locked, no one's coming in. It's me and you and Jake Sinclair, and that's it. And we're having the musicians in. We use the Black Widows for the band. So good. And it was awesome, and I was like, man, you're so cool, we can do this, and we don't have to say fuck you to the rest of it. It was so rad, and that's kind of what I've taken with it. And with this album, I didn't let anyone come by who wasn't involved musically in this album, and that was totally Butch Walker. He instilled that in me.
See? Genius.
Yeah, he is genius, and he's bad. He's got so many tattoos. I was like, oh, I need to get blasted after hanging out with him.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, right?
Now, in 6 years since Holy Smoke,
yes.
What's been the biggest thing you've learned about being an artist?
Man, I guess being an artist, that you've got to keep evolving in your art. You've got to keep challenging yourself, really, if you're going to be a real artist. You can't do the same, you can't be safe. I think as soon as you become safe as an artist, you're not really an artist. I don't know, it's boring. You've got to lead the way. You've got to be fearless in a way. Musicians were known in the past as great kind of orators and poets, and they'd tell about the times that were going on. You're almost writing a journal entry for what's going on in the world in a way, and what we're feeling as humans, how we can tap in emotionally. I think as soon as an artist becomes scared to do that for fear of financial security or some other bullshit, you are not really you're doing a disservice to art. That's what I'd say.
Deep.
Yeah. Very intense.
Yeah. Now, Australians probably know you best from our lovely ad that we see you all the time singing on. I can't remember which car brand it is.
Oh yeah, what is it? Alfa Romeo?
Yeah, Alfa Romeo. Yeah, I heard it this morning, and it's just it's so cool. Hopefully, Australians will get to know you a bit more when you come back and see us.
Yes,
because
totally.
You said it's been too long since you've been back. So.
I know, it's been a while. I know, there's been so many syncs with Gravel and Wine. And hopefully for this new album, but I think the coolest thing about that is that there's no face recognition with that. It's just music recognition. And that's what I want to be famous. That's what I want. I want my music to be known far and wide, but I couldn't give a fuck if my face was seen or heard or anything.
Like Tool, you can work sing behind a
Exactly, I can start being Daft Punk styles and just work behind a little
Touring wise, besides Australia, what are your plans for the year?
Touring.
Cool.
Touring. Yeah. Next 2 years is touring, and worldwide. I've been really fortunate enough to get a worldwide release with this album.
Nice.
So I'll be from here to France to Germany to UK and back again.
Bloody da.
Yeah, I know,
Where
right?
do you go?
No, it's not fancy. It's really unglamorous. It's truck stops and it's small venues and just doing it, the grind.
Rock and roll.
It's really good. I know.
That's what it's about.
I know, totally.
Now, what I do with everybody is I try and get them to predict the future.
Okay.
Right? So I want you to finish this sentence for me. By the end of 2015, Gina Wigmore will
be taking each day as it comes because I don't like to predict the future.
Easy way out.
I don't want to know what's in store, man.
What do you want to do by the end of the year? Is it something you want to do?
I want to be playing music still. I want to be touring. I want to be having Blood to Bone, be out there, and I want to be still in this state of I'm in a real state of calm. I'm very content right now, and I want to remain in this moment for a little bit more. I've never really been in this headspace for a long time.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so it's like lined up right now. I'm like gonna hold on by the grab of my fingernails to stay in this chapter. I like where I'm at right now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good to know.